Welcome back, Barcelona fans. Huge news is breaking around the Camp Nou ahead of a massive week. Gavi is once again facing problems with his right knee after returning from his ACL injury, with Hansi Flick urging patience as the midfielder's treatment is decided. Meanwhile, Barça prepare for their Champions League showdown with Newcastle United, as UEFA introduce major squad rule changes. On the transfer front, Deco has set sights on Palmeiras wonderkid Luiz Benedetti, with Barcelona ready to offer €12 million for the 19-year-old defender. And finally, young La Masia star Pedro Fernández has picked up a knock and could miss the big midweek clash. Stay tuned as we break down all the latest updates on Gavi, Newcastle vs Barça, Benedetti, and Diarra's recovery. After having returned to action after a traumatic ACL tear in the middle of the last season, the FC Barcelona midfielder Gavi is once again facing problems in his right knee, where he suffered a blow 2 days before the game against Rayo Vallecano. As things stand, a final decision on what course of treatment the young midfielder should take to recover from this issue is yet to be made. As Mundo Deportivo has reported, this was also a subject discussed by Hansi Flick in his press conference ahead of the match against Valencia. Talking about Gavi, the Blaugrana coach said, "He can be the heart of this team. His mentality is incredible. He was afraid of what could happen after his knee injury. Now he has to work, push himself and wait to see how he progresses. We'll have to watch. There's no need to pressure him in this situation. We want him to be well and to return with confidence in his body and his knee. That's how we want to approach this." Last Friday, the midfielder's knee was assessed, and the player's agent and family members were also consulted. At that time, it was decided that 1 week should be taken to assess how things develop with Gavi. An arthroscopic surgery could be one option to recover from this issue, but for now, it seems like Barcelona will take a conservative approach to allow him to heal at his own pace. Newcastle United are set to kick off their Champions League campaign this week with a huge showdown against Barcelona. Eddie Howe's side will be competing in the new league phase format for the very first time, after it was introduced last season. Their opening fixture comes at St. James Park on Thursday night, where Barcelona will be the first visitors to Tyneside. Later in the league stage, Newcastle will also welcome Benfica, Athletic Club, and PSV Eindhoven to the northeast. For their away trips, the Magpies are scheduled to face Union Saint-Gilloise in Belgium, Bayer Leverkusen in Germany, and make 2 visits to France to take on Marseille and Paris Saint-Germain. After being knocked out in the group stage during their last Champions League campaign, they will be desperate to qualify for the knockout rounds this time around. To do that, they must avoid finishing between 25th and 36th in the league phase table once their 8 matches have concluded. UEFA issue major squad update change. The Champions League will be the only European competition in action this week, with a special focus highlighted on the continent's showpiece event. Ahead of their campaign, Newcastle United have submitted a squad of players. All players named in this squad will be able to play for the Magpies, whilst a selection of List B players, including Lewis Miley and Lewis Hall, and club-trained players born before January 1, 2004, can also feature for them during the league phase. Newcastle United's last Champions League campaign was played during a time where the first-team squad had been decimated by injury issues, with Eddie Howe having little room to make changes to his starting lineup or options on the bench to change matches. Barcelona are looking to sign a new left-sided central defender next summer, following Íñigo Martínez's move to Al Nassr in August. However, it may not be possible for an established star to join due to the club's well-documented financial woes, especially given that plans are in place for a Robert Lewandowski successor to be brought in too. Barcelona are exploring affordable options to strengthen their defense, and one name on their radar is Luiz Benedetti. The 19-year-old Palmeiras talent has caught attention with his performances since stepping into the first team, prompting Barcelona scouts to monitor him closely. Sporting director Deco sees him as a potential target, but Palmeiras have reportedly set a €15 million price tag for a transfer in 2026. Barcelona, however, are only prepared to go as high as €12 million for the young defender. One of the benefits of signing Benedetti is that he would likely be able to be registered as a Barça athletic due to his age, meaning that Barcelona would not have the same concerns as they had with the likes of Joan Garcia and Marcus Rashford this summer. They have money available to spend on transfer fees, and according to the report, they are prepared to submit an offer of €12 million to Palmeiras. Barcelona's centre-back struggles so far this season have shown that they need a specialized left-sided option in 2026, and that is what they would get with Benedetti. However, he would still be a risky signing in that he has no experience of European football, although that could provide a baptism of fire for him. It remains to be seen whether Barcelona make a serious attempt to sign Benedetti in 2026. A deal could be sought as early as the winter transfer window, given the Palmeiras season will be over by then. FC Barcelona will take on Valencia in a few hours in their first home game of the 2025-26 season at Estadio Johan Cruyff. Barcelona go into the game with many key players absent, as Lamine Yamal, Frenkie de Jong, Gavi, and Alejandro Balde are all unavailable due to physical issues. Another absentee from the squad list that Hansi Flick announced today was teenage gem Pedro Fernández, DRO. The 17-year-old attacking midfielder has featured in the matchday squad for each of Barca's first 3 games this season, but was not called up to face Valencia. DRO missing due to a knock. According to Mundo Deportivo, DRO is recovering from a knock which he picked up last weekend, leading to his absence from the squad. The youngster picked up the knock last weekend in Barca Athletics fixture against Palmeiras at Estadio Johan Cruyff, which they won 2-0. The young midfielder was forced off in the 75th minute of the game after the clash, replaced by Marquez, and is still recovering from the blow. As a result, he was unable to train with the reserve team or the first-team squad this Friday. It led to the 17-year-old La Masia gem not being called up by Juliano Belletti for Barca Athletics game on Saturday. And he was left out of the first-team squad list today by Flick as well. It remains to be seen if DRO recovers fully in time for Barcelona's UEFA Champions League opener against Newcastle United next Thursday, and if Flick considers taking the 17-year-old gem to England for the clash. So much happening at FC Barcelona right now, from Gavi's worrying knee update, to a huge Champions League test at Newcastle, transfer plans for Luiz Benedetti, and DRO's injury setback. The big question is, can Hansi Flick guide this injury-hit squad to victory in Europe? And should Barcelona push to sign Benedetti despite his lack of European experience? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for daily Barcelona news, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Visca Barça.